Hi, everyone. Welcome back to an episode of PassionPod. I'm Lauren, the Director of Development.
And I'm Tosca. I'm the founder and CEO of PassionFlix and the director of the Black Dagger Brotherhood.
Today's guest plays a character who is, without question, one of the most beloved in the entire Black Dagger Brotherhood universe. He is the ever-loyal Doggin and the quiet force behind the scenes. We're talking, of course, about Fritz. He's grace, dignity, warmth, and wisdom all wrapped into one iconic presence. One fan, Wendy E612 on YouTube, said, "Please bring Fritz on the podcast. We need to know how he feels about being on a spicy show with all these gorgeous men and still have the entire female audience adore him as much as, and sometimes more passionately than the main males. I was Team Fritz from book one. If I could have any of them, I would pick Fritz every time." Well, you're in luck, Wendy, because today we have the man bringing Fritz to life here with us, the talented Gene Paulsson. Welcome, Gene.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. What is it like hearing that your character is such a fan favorite?
So honestly, somewhat surreal.
Aw.
Yeah, it's interesting because the last day of my shooting, when I was wrapped and everybody cheered, of course.
Yeah.
And I was leaving, and Vicious, Sia, and Andrew came up and said, "Oh, you're going to be the most loved character. Everybody's going to just love you." And I went, y'all are the men. And then they go, no, you're the one they're going to love. So all of a sudden it's coming true, and it's encouraging, gratifying, validating.
Yeah, well, you're definitely the heart, right?
Yeah.
There's so much, you're bringing everyone together. That's the most amazing thing about Fritz, is that he's just so joyful and familiar to everyone, all of the brothers, and you portrayed that character so wonderfully.
Well, so I read the little blurb about the character, and it said, he lives to serve.
Yeah.
And he's older than dirt and spry. And I went, well, that's me.
Yeah. I love that.
Older than dirt and somewhat spry.
I love it. Well, and before we dive more into Fritz, I'm really curious to hear more of your backstory as an actor. I think people are too.
Okay. Well, 5 years old, that would have been 1956. That's a long time ago, right?
Wow.
I was in kindergarten, and we had a Christmas concert at my school, which was, a one-room country school in the middle of my uncle's farm in Manitoba, Canada.
Oh my
I didn't
gosh.
know you're Canadian. Why did I not know you're Canadian? I'm Canadian. My family's from Saskatchewan.
Really?
Yeah.
So we're neighbors.
We're practically neighbors. From Moose Jaw.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That's
I
amazing.
know. And now they live in Swift Current.
People from Moose Jaw and Swift Current used to come and buy hay from my dad.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Our families totally know each other.
What a small world.
That is
I love
awesome.
this. Yeah, that's why I love asking.
Yeah, that just blew my mind. Absolutely. So anyway, so we had a Christmas concert. It was my first, it's like I was the M in Christmas.
Aw.
Okay, little elf costume, and everybody comes out with a sign, and I was the M. And people clapped, and I was hooked.
Wow, that young. I love that. You knew from that moment.
Really, yes.
Yeah.
I think so. And so then, through school, high school, college, I was in plays. I took a play production class at my college, which was the only theater class that was offered, but it was there, so I took it. And then I got involved with an acting company, a theater company in Winnipeg called Actor Showcase.
Oh, wow.
Which really I grew a lot. Classes, acting, directing, et cetera, and then I went to the Banff School of Fine Arts in Alberta, a School of Fine Arts on Sulphur Mountain.
I was going to say, Banff is gorgeous. Jeez.
With a view
I'm jealous.
into the valley of the Banff Springs Hotel.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty good.
That's living the life. That's incredible.
So yes, so we would go, we were learning lines, and we would go up trail, up the mountain, and hang our legs over the edge of a ledge.
Wow.
On the mountain, and hear our voices echo from the mountains across.
Wow.
It was
Yeah.
It was great. So, and it got me my Actors Equity card at Theatre Calgary,
Oh, amazing.
Oh, nice.
1976.
So you did more theater then?
Yes, stage has been my thing. I mean, I did when I lived in Winnipeg. I did some TV shows. I did one series that was called The Canadian West, where I was an RCMP officer, or actually Northwest Mounted Police officer.
Got it.
Back then.
Yeah.
And so that was good. We did. There was like 6-8 episodes, and I kept getting royalties from that. They kept re-releasing it and re-releasing it and re-releasing it. And even when I was down in the States, every once in a while, I'd get this little check. It's like,
Yay.
Oh, that's nice. Hey.
It was good. So, and a few commercials, and narrated a film for the National Film Board.
Ooh.
Did a couple of movies when I moved to Toronto, and then, but mostly stage.
Yeah.
And then we got married.
Oh.
We have his wife.
Yes,
over
his
here.
wife is here.
Yes. Coming up on 38 years.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
Amazing.
I love that.
We had kids, twins,
Oh.
I have twins.
and yes, you too.
I know, yeah.
Yes,
My
you
gosh,
do.
you guys have everything
You
in
do.
common. I
know.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And I took several years off because it was busy.
Yeah. That makes sense,
Yeah.
especially in young ages for the kids.
Yeah. And then I started my own theater company at our church, Mountain Park United Methodist Church in Lilburn.
Oh, wow.
And it was kind of semi-professional. We did everything from Neil Simon's God's Favorite to Godspell.
Ah, nice.
We did Children of a Lesser God,
Oh,
Ooh.
wow. Yeah.
which
Wow.
was interesting to do in a church.
I bet.
And also, you did that here?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah. We got a young lady who was hearing, but who knew sign language perfectly. So
So
it was perfect.
I know. I need to find somebody like that for John Matthew for our next season.
Oh,
Can you
right.
help me?
I might be
Ooh,
able.
casting.
I know. Look at us.
So yeah, and so then I directed Angel Street
Okay. Nice.
several years ago, and one of my actors, Marianne Geyer, said, "Hey, do you have an agent?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Let me recommend you to Jay Purvis." And so she did, and I went, and I had a little interview, and by the time I got home, there was a contract
Oh, my
in
gosh.
the email. So that was my start here in
Yeah.
film.
Wow.
Did a couple of commercials, but then this came, and this was, I'm sitting there, we're sitting downstairs. I was sitting on a couch, right, and looking over my lines, and Cindy was on the other side of the couch, and she says, "So what's this?" And I said, "Well, I'm playing this old guy who is the butler to a vampire." And she says, "Oh, are you Fritz in the Black Dagger Brotherhood?"
Right off. The
And
first guess.
I says, "What? How do you know?" She says, "I have all the books."
I love it.
It's like, here's the first one.
So I mean, this was middle of the evening already, and I'm still learning lines, but she's giving me background
Wow.
into Fritz.
Yeah.
And so I went into the audition grounded,
Yeah.
with somewhere to go.
I was
and
say,
somewhere
no
to
wonder
come
we
from.
loved your audition. Yeah. That's amazing.
And so, so thanks, Cindy.
That's awesome. I
Yes.
love that.
But when you auditioned, you actually auditioned with a different accent. Didn't you audition your first time you did?
His name was Fritz.
Yes.
So I
you
did a German accent.
a German
a
accent.
very
and I was
slight
like,
German
wow.
accent.
Yeah, and I watched the audition. I was like, wow, he's really good. I wonder if he can do more of an English accent.
Right.
And I said,
then you did.
Well, certainly. So just a little bit. Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just a little bit, because our vampires, they come from the old country, and and our dog, and they're
Right.
very, very old. They've been around forever
Yes.
in many, many different places. So I love I love more of a sort of muddled accent for everybody. So it's like we can't quite determine where you are from, but there's something there.
Mhm.
And so that I thought was brought by Marissa, by you, Havers.
Yeah.
And then it helps with our wrath and torment with their
Our
slightly
European accents.
European
yes.
accent.
Yes.
And then we threw rage
And then
in
we
with
throw in an Australian.
Which everybody seems to love.
They do love it. It's fun though.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It is. I can't wait to see how this works in the next.
Oh, yeah. In season 2. Yeah.
It's going to be great.
And so what was your wife's reaction to seeing you as Fritz for the first time on screen?
So I mean, she's very excited about it.
Yeah.
And you know, people will say, "Well, what do you think?" And she'll say, "Well, he's fantastic." And I go, "Well,
Aw, I love that. And what drew you to Fritz as a character? How did you relate to him?
how do I relate to Fritz?" My grandfather, on my mother's side, whose name was Walter, actually his name was Vladek
Oh,
because he was from Austria, Poland.
wow.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, he was maybe 5'1",
Oh,
but he was so strong.
yeah.
But he was so quiet and so gentle and so not really emotional. But when his eyes would sparkle when something was going on. And so I kind of channeled him.
Oh, that's
I
delightful.
love
That's
that.
lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you ever experienced this kind of fan enthusiasm after performing in a show or because people are like, they're obsessed with you,
Oh, I've noticed.
which is
Thank
great.
you. Thank you, everybody. Really, it warms my heart. No.
It's pretty incredible.
Nothing like this.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, all of a sudden it was after the first episode. It was like, oh, and I'm going, you know, this is just me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just, you know, doing
Yeah.
my job here.
And also at the
enjoying having a
premiere.
blast doing it, of course. But
Yeah.
Oh yeah, at the premiere
And
too.
the premiere.
premiere, yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
I you know, never happened to me before.
Because you got to watch it with the fans there, and that's
Yes,
yeah.
yes, and I mean, they were cheering. Oh, they didn't stop cheering. They just kept cheering. You know, the first person came in and you know, Wrath and Beth and everybody's cheering and they keep cheering. But it was great.
Yeah.
It was great. The
It's
premiere
so
was great.
wonderful,
You
yeah.
know, a room full of fans,
Mm-hmm.
right? Not an empty seat.
Yeah.
And then at the after party, I had one drink I never got to finish.
Oh no, because everyone was coming
I didn't
up.
even get a drink.
Because I didn't have time to take a sip because everybody wanted autograph,
Mhm.
photo, and I'd finish that and I turn around and there's another semicircle of people
Awesome.
going, okay, our turn.
Yep.
Right. And so 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden it was done. And I'm going, I still have my drink.
Yeah. But how wonderful was it,
It
to meet
was-
all those
oh,
people?
oh, it
I
was-
loved it so much.
It was so great. I've noticed actually on social media, a couple of people had said, "Oh, yes, he looks so different than on screen."
Yeah.
And I go, "Well, this is me. That's Fritz.
yeah. And you have a
Thanks.
beard.
20 years without shaving before this."
And then I was
Wow.
like, I need
And
him
we're
to
like,
shave.
so
I know. I
sorry.
remember having that conversation. I think I was speaking with the casting director and they were relaying back. And they're like, he has to be shaved. And he hasn't shaved in 20 years. And I'm like, right, Fritz doesn't have a beard.
No,
So I
no,
need to make
no,
sure he'll shave.
no. And my daughter, whose wedding was coming up,
I know,
in,
yeah.
in just a couple of months, after that, after we started shooting,
Right.
said, "Oh my gosh, oh no!"
Aw.
Because the last time I shaved, she was 9 and she cried.
Allie's daughter does that too. If they ever get a haircut without like warning her first, she starts crying. She's like, "Oh, you changed it."
Yeah, you're not my daddy
You're
anymore.
not-
Yeah,
Oh my
right.
God.
So
No, I'm Fritz,
she's
actually.
she's 30 now, so
Yeah.
it wasn't quite the same, but there was still like, oh no. And then when she saw the first episode, she said, "Oh, yeah, Fritz can't have a beard,"
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, thank goodness.
She gets it.
which was
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
somewhat relief.
Yeah.
Of
No.
relief, yeah.
That she got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of social media, I have a few comments to read. Amanda Ray Johnson from Spotify says, "I have been watching every week with my husband, who has never read the books. He's loving the show and says his favorite character so far is Fritz. He just loves Fritz." Tammy Thomas 1313 from YouTube said, "Because of how wonderfully Gene David Paulsson plays the part, I will never picture Fritz any other way. He is absolutely amazing for this role." And then Rachel is Bookish Life from YouTube said, "In Fritz we trust." But did you feel any pressure playing a character that readers were already a fan of, including your wife?
No,
Oh, well, that's good.
Did you
No,
feel any
no,
pressure? Did you feel any pressure when you had to serve 15,000 courses of food for the dinner scene?
Gosh.
That was a night.
That
You were
was a night.
You were such a trooper.
Everything was
Oh my
based on when
gosh.
Fritz would come out with the food. It was all timing.
Mhm.
And by the way, just to all those viewers, all those fans that have read it, and they're like, "Oh my God, Fritz didn't allow them to eat." I'm like, "Read the book.
Read
They
the
go
book.
through
They go
so
so
many
many
courses of
courses.
food, so many, all these courses of
But they're
food,
talking the whole time.
and so fast."
Mhm.
And I
Right.
was like, "All right, well, here we go."
Well, yes. I mean, it's not. I actually responded to a couple of those
Oh yeah,
because in my head, Fritz got the room.
Right.
He's like, "Get out of here, man."
Fritz was going, okay, we got to keep this moving because this is going sideways fast.
Mm. Mhm.
So,
Absolutely.
you
Yeah.
know, so let's just keep these courses going. They're not eating anyway, so what
Yeah.
the heck? Let's just bring something else out.
Yeah.
You know.
One of the funniest moments from filming all of that was that JR was still on set then, and I remember her turning to Tosca and being like, I won't ever write another dinner scene. I'm so sorry." Because I think she started feeling bad that you had to keep coming in and out
Yeah.
and in
Yes.
and out and in
Yes.
and out.
Another
and,
dinner
and
scene
remembering
with
all the plates
so
to carry.
many courses.
So many courses. And
So many
remembering the right order. Like,
Yeah.
it's just so
Well,
complicated.
and the poor props people
Yeah. Oh my God.
having to make sure that the carrots are just exactly the same way as
Same
they
way.
were
Yep.
Time.
the next time I brought it back out again, you know, working with the photo from the original.
Right. Wow.
They were so great. I props.
Yeah.
Props to
But
props.
it was definitely.
Props,
I think
props.
we had like a food stylist and all these different people back there. Like I think there were like 5 or 6 props people back there, all just like making
Yes.
sure,
And a chef.
and a chef putting this together because it had to be in a very specific way in a very
Right.
specific order.
Right.
And
Right.
then we had like the full plate of food.
Yeah.
And then halfway through the dialogue, we had to switch out to a eaten plate of food.
Yep.
So that he could remove the eaten plate of food. And it was like, oh,
Yes, yes. And Carlos behind the door
Oh, no, Carlos.
with his ear to the going, okay, go, because I couldn't hear
Right,
behind
yeah.
the door. I couldn't
had to
hear the
listen in
conversation.
for you.
It was all very quiet, right?
Mhm.
So he's go. All right. You know, warning. 1, 2, 3, go.
Yep.
Thanks, Carlos. You were the greatest.
yeah.
Well, no,
Carlos is great.
but it honestly goes to show that there's an entire team behind the scenes in every scene, making sure it runs smoothly.
Right.
And like, I feel like if more people got to come onto set, like some of our founding and signature members do, they'd be
Yeah.
like, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
they have to do this scene so many times just to make sure they get every little piece."
I think it took us almost an entire night to
It
shoot
was the
that.
whole-
It
yeah,
that was the
night.
day.
So
The
that
whole
was
day,
like
yeah.
12 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
12 hours of shooting to do that.
The
Very
dinner
long
scene.
dinner scene.
Mhm.
But
Right.
it was like it was intense.
But talking more about Fritz becomes kind of a key figure for Beth. He's her steady, loving guide in the world of the Brotherhood. What was it like working with Olivia and building the relationship between your characters? Because you're almost a pseudo like grandfather to her. I would say.
Yes. I love Olivia.
She's awesome.
We've kept in touch
Aw.
through this whole time. Yes, could not keep in touch with her.
Yeah.
Even over Thanksgiving and things, you know.
Aw.
However, she was way up north somewhere, and I was anyway. But so we had not met until we were doing the car scene. Me driving her.
Right.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
I
Yeah.
hadn't met her because we hadn't.
Yeah.
That was it, right? That was
Yeah.
the first time, but that was great because we're sitting in the car
Yeah.
and lights are being changed and camera angles are being changed, and we're just chatting and getting to know each other.
Oh.
And so we really bonded during that scene,
Yeah.
while that scene was going on, because we're in a car in an enclosed space, no distractions at all, except for people knocking on the window going, can you, make sure you push the button,
Right.
make sure you're changing the gear.
Yeah.
And so we would walk back, on set from the trailers, right?
Right.
And she would take my arm and
So sweet.
and she didn't just take my arm, she grabbed my arm and I would walk her up, towards the, whichever house it was that we were filming in. We were Fritz and Beth
Yeah.
before we even got to the set.
It was really beautiful. It was very easy for me because when we were shooting that scene, firstly, there was a lot of dialogue.
So
for
much
you.
dialogue,
So
yeah.
much dialogue, and you had it down pat. Like I was like, that's impressive. And you had to drive a car that wasn't actually moving. You weren't really driving. And you had to act like you were driving a car. And I was like, really looks like he's driving the car. Like, it's like very thoughtful, like how we're doing it, looking and driving. I was like, that's really, and so many actors can't. They're like frozen. They're doing this with the car. You know what I mean? And they're not really driving.
Well, it's interesting because that was my audition.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it was.
That scene was my audition.
'Cause it had most of his stuff.
It was
in your
easier to
head.
learn because I already learned it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a while in between, and
Right.
so I had to relearn it. But for the audition, I actually practiced doing the driving, like I was talking to her.
No, we loved your audition. You were awesome. Do you have a favorite behind the scenes moment from filming?
Do I have a favorite behind the scenes moment? Okay, apologies and asking forgiveness from Robert. So I'm serving him his meal.
Right.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Okay, and he's on the couch.
Yep.
Okay, leather couch,
Oh, yeah.
leather pants, right? And he's back and he can't reach it. And so somebody said, well, you need to move forward. So he moved forward, leather pants on leather couch. And there was a sound.
Squelching noise.
No, more like a flatulent noise.
Oh, no.
And we all, everybody absolutely was, because this is wrath.
Yeah.
right?
And he doesn't have flatulence. That's amazing.
But he broke up. Okay. And so we were all cracking up, and it took a while to get everybody back together again.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of breaking up or losing character, but that was
I know.
totally unexpected,
Yeah.
of course. And it was, So that's my favorite.
That was a fun moment.
That's a great behind the scenes moment.
Yeah, it was also, so funny because we have Wrath in these tight leather pants, having to sit down on this very low couch that is leather. And it was hard for him because the costume wasn't that flexible.
Right.
Right. I remember in some, like, he would put the pants on last, I think, when getting ready for scenes because he couldn't sit down in them in the makeup chair.
No.
I forgot about that.
No.
Right.
Oh my gosh, the poor guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting up was worse.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, we
Getting
can
up-
thank
getting up
Jose, costume designer, for that. He really did like these guys in very, very tight.
I mean, I
Leather
think
pants.
the fans appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody
No,
appreciated
they
it.
look,
Everybody
they look
appreciate-
great in the leather.
Boys did not
Absolutely,
complain.
Yes.
Then
Right.
they were like, I just can't sit down. And I'm like, okay.
It's fine. I'll just stay up here. Yep.
Right.
And was there a particularly, change gears slightly, was there a particularly emotional scene that you had to film?
When I get to meet Beth and I see her for the first time, and then I get to kiss her hand.
Yeah.
More emotional than I even remember.
Yeah.
But looking back on it, and for the character,
Right.
this was the moment.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This was absolutely the moment. It was just so, you could have heard a pin drop in that house when that scene was going on. I mean, I think everybody in the place was just focused in on it.
Yeah.
And just drawn in to that moment, to that motion, to the words. It's my honor to serve you. I'll serve you for the rest of my life,
Yeah.
which is what it means.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crying, it's fine. No,
It
because
was very
because it's in the moment in the episode when everyone's watching it after it's finished, like they can feel all of that you felt on set that day, especially with the history of you had just learned that Darius was gone and just told Wrath all of that too, and
Yes.
now Beth suddenly you can finally see her face to face, and it's
Yes, after being, in the shadows.
Yeah.
Literally.
like, oh yeah, I went to your graduation,
Following her.
I took
I
your
took
picture.
pictures so your father could see.
Yes,
Yeah,
your father could see. Oh, your voice. Yeah, it's Fritzy. Yep. I know. I think we all jokingly on set were like, "Fritzy, is Fritzy on set?" It's the nickname we gave.
Oh,
your
really?
Character.
I
Yeah.
didn't know.
Well, that was over walkie, like me and Claire.
I
I was
see,
like,
okay.
"Yes, Fritzy's
No,
flying in."
okay.
That's fine. I was like, it's Fritz. And then, but I had nicknames for Wrath and Beth. I would call them, depending on the day, I would be like, is Wrathy Poo on set? Or Bethy Poo? I'd be like, Wrathy Poo and Bethy Poo.
That's so funny.
And then when Wrath had to be like really, aggressive. I was like, I need Wrath, son of Wrath. Like, Wrath, son of Wrath. And like, he'd come on to set and I was like, oh, it's Wrathy Poo.
Yes. Oh, there was an Instagram post, Wrath, son of Wrath.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's Wrath, son of Wrath.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. And it was interesting being there and being the only person anywhere near my age.
Right. That's
actually probably being more than twice as old as anybody on set. Everybody was so respectful, though.
Yeah.
Especially the production staff.
Oh, that's
yes,
nice.
sir.
Good. Oh, lovely.
Sir. I mean, it was. Of course, most of them are from around here, right? So they were brought up with the Southern manners and all. But it was wonderful.
Oh, that's really nice to hear. You looking forward to season 2?
I am so excited.
Let's do it.
Yes, let's do it. Absolutely,
so
yes. And hopefully season 3 and 4.
I know, right?
Listen,
and on
I want it all.
Want it all. So from the series as a whole, now that all the episodes are out, can you say what you were most excited for fans to see of all the episodes?
Probably me reading the letter.
Oh God! Why are you doing that to us? It's devastating.
It was so.
Read this, Fritz.
It was so hard to get through.
Mm-hmm.
I remember us when we were shot that on set because it wasn't supposed to have so much hesitation. And then when you performed it with that hesitation, I was like, oh.
Well, so where that all came from. So I did the eulogy at my mother's funeral. I did the eulogy at my father's funeral. And I did the eulogy at my mother-in-law's funeral.
Okay.
Which was just not that long ago.
Oh goodness!
And so, before the show, like about a year before the show, before we filmed, and so a lot of that was coming back.
Yeah,
which was great for the character.
Great for the character, but geez,
it
was
was really hard to get through.
Yeah.
But because it was hard to get through, I think it came across the way it was supposed to come across.
So beautifully.
I don't think there was a dry eye behind the camera after that moment. That was, so emotional.
Beautifully done.
But I love that's the scene you were most looking for them to see. Like, just get devastated, everybody.
No, well, I wanted to see, really wanted to see how that came out because I was so in the moment. I was so in the moment. I had no idea what I did when it was done.
Well, you did it well.
That's fair.
Very, very well. I think that on a lighter side, because I think Fritz is the heart, and he has this beautiful emotion, this attachment to everyone, and this he's allowed to be attached to everyone, whereas our brothers are like, I'm strong and I have no feelings until they meet their Shellen or the mate, and then they're able to. Okay, well, with you, I have emotions, but with everybody else, I don't have any emotions. And then Fritz is like, okay, well, I have emotions here, and I have emotions here, and then and so you have this heartbreaking for the note, and then at the same time, you're also a bit of comic relief when you're like, if you're going to bloody the human, you do it outside
in the backyard.
I was about to say,
and then peaches at the end.
Yeah,
I mean, offering some peaches at the end. I mean, seriously.
Anyone?
And
everybody cracked. How many times did they crack up?
I mean, it was just
that whole is it the spinach wrap, spinach pot, whatever?
Oh yeah. The spinach.
Are those
crepes.
the spinach crepes I like? Like that whole moment, I'm like, I'm dying of laughter because he's just like, if you're gonna bloody,
Well, and they were good too. I mean, these guys were just
making that food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, do you know what's going to happen in season 2, or do you want to wait and find out when we send you the scripts?
I am reading Lover Eternal right now.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
So no, I don't want to know more than I need to know for this season.
Got it. That's
for this
fair.
next season.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, it may take me a while to read the books, but
Fair.
I'm not reading any more than what I need to know for this.
Got it. Yeah.
Backstory is fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if there's ever a Fritz book, I'll know all about it.
Yeah. But that is very fair. I think a few of our actors have done that if they're going to be in more than one book with us, that they don't like to read further than what we're going to shoot because they want to stay in the moment of where their character is timeline-wise. And I think that's smart.
Right. Because then there's no telegraphing.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I said, well, I already knew this was going to. No,
Yeah.
it's all new.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's happening
And I'm
at
like,
the time.
yeah, because I have worked with actors who have read multiple seasons of not necessarily this, but of other shows. And they're like, well, in the future, this happens. I was like, I know, but it hasn't happened yet. So we can't live there.
Yes.
Right.
We have to be still here. In the
Yes.
future, that happens. But right now, you're
Yes.
still really sad.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
You're happy in the future, sad now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And we're kind of wrapping up here with questions, but as a last question, is there anything you'd like to say to your Fritz fans?
Love you all. Y'all are just great. Yes, it's just making me feel good every day. I appreciate you so much. Keep it coming. I love you.
I love that. That's great. And thank you for chatting with us today. It was nice to get to know you some more and more of your background in acting. I love that you and Tosca have the Canada connection and the twin connection.
We have more things to talk about.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me here. This has been
so
an
much
absolute honor and a pleasure.
Yeah.
Appreciate you both.
I know you've responded to social media questions before, but for anyone who might not be following you yet, do you have, what can you share your Instagram handle or any of your social handles?
So Instagram is at Gene David Paulsson, and Facebook is also Gene David Paulsson. And yes, y'all who are arguing about it, it's actually my Facebook page.
Oh, there you go. Good to know.
Great.
Well, thank you. And just for our listeners or our watchers, just remember that we do watch all the comments. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to post on any of our YouTube, Spotify, those kind of places. For anyone commenting on our socials specifically about the Black Dagger Brotherhood, feel free to call into the number as well just for that, because we are planning to have a Black Dagger Brotherhood exclusive episode where we can answer all of your questions, comments, concerns. And it'll be really exciting to chat about that.
Thank you so much for listening and for watching. Thank you so much for being here. And for all of you that have watched all the episodes of the Black Dagger Brotherhood, please watch them again, share it with your friends, tell everybody to watch the Black Dagger Brotherhood, and stick with us as we go ahead and make season 2.